Here's Janine Garofalo with this week's Disquisition.
The War on Terror. Did you know that in 1869, when the Ku Klux Klan was formed, the sitting president at the time, which I think was Ulysses S. Grant, I could be wrong about that, but I think he was the 18th president, which would put him around 1869. I'm not exactly sure. I might need to take another Adderall, which, by the way, I don't need to take Adderall because I don't have ADD, but if you don't have ADD and you take Adderall, it's excellent. But you did not hear that from me, especially if you mix it with Meridia, which is an appetite suppressant, and a couple of Red Bulls. Anywho, in 1869, which I think is when the KKK formed in the South, during the Civil War and the Reconstruction, Ulysses S. Grant sent federal troops down to thwart the KKK, which would be our first war on terror. So are we then to believe that anybody who had ideologies prior to 1869 was guilty of pre-1869 thinking, and now we're in a post-1869 world? Or in, when was the Haymarket anarchist thing in Chicago? 1886, Haymarket riot, anarchists. Somebody threw a bomb that killed some people, including some law enforcement officials. And that was also considered terrorism. So why is it that we are supposed to believe that somehow terrorism is a new phenomenon that only affects Americans in September 11th of 2001? And somehow the world changed in 2001. Well, the world did not change in 2001. The rest of the world has to deal with all manner of terrorism and unpleasantness on a daily basis. Everybody does. It's part of the human experience. Oh, and another thing, after 9/11, when people say, can we ever laugh again? Because I was doing stand-up comedy at that time, and a New York Times reporter came down to the comedy club where a bunch of comics were working and said, can we ever laugh again after 9/11? And I said, actually, technically, we have never been able to laugh since the Spanish-American War. Nothing has been funny since the Spanish-American War. They thought nothing was going to be funny after the Treaty of Westphalia, but oddly enough, things were. And then they amended that to be, after the Spanish-American War, we can never laugh again. And yet somehow people started laughing.